I am live. Welcome from Vegas. Well, greetings from Vegas. This is my review from, oh my God, I'm so tired. This is my review of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 6, Episode 9. Now, yes, I just made it into Vegas. I'm at my friend's house right now. Um, I have not slept yet. I have not slept. There's an event tonight that I'm going to, and I need to take a nap after this. But clearly, I am going to get this out the way before I get into the festivities. So yes, I got to Vegas here at around 10:30 Pacific, and yeah, like guess who I saw? Like the people are out now. When I was getting to the shuttle to baggage claim, um, I was next to the next gen kids. Like Brooke was right there, Riley, the tall girl, Amira. I was like, look at that. I really want to speak to Riley too, but they literally look like they've been on a flight. Like they just seem like they're not camera ready. So I was just like, let me just be respectful. Um, I don't know. I really want to say hello to Riley. I could have just said that. It was good seeing her though. Like that's what I was really starstruck to see. Um, Literally, y'all know how I feel about Brooks. Brooks was literally right here to me. It took everything. It took everything to not say anything. But yeah, also, now I don't mean to be messy, but Riley, she's a beautiful girl. I need her to stop with the fillers. Like stop touching her face. It was given a little bit of a duck lip. I'm not sure if that was the intention. Maybe it's fresh for the weekend. I don't know. But my girl Riley, I just, I love her. I love her. But, I was just like, oh, okay. All right. Anywho, it was cool seeing them. I also saw that Giselle Bryan was at the airport too. I didn't run into her, but a friend of mine did. And then, as y'all can see, I think if you look on the blogs, the Bravo blogs, Karen Huger, she is on her way. So she is confirmed. She will be here. Thank you. Thank you. Like, yeah, I had to look fresh and camera ready this weekend, Mm. There's just sweet tea in here, no liquor yet. Oh man, so let's get into this. Oh, also tonight, tonight is a Watch What Happens live showing. It's live. It's at Planet Hollywood. Shout out to my friend who got me tickets. Appreciate you so much. So me and Alex will be there. It's called The Days of Our Wives, 20 Years of the Real Housewives. It's described as get ready for an iconic celebration as we ring in 20 years of the Real Housewives. We're packing 2 decades of housewife history into the full hour for a star-studded walk down memory lane. I'm thinking this is where, it's like the opening of BravoCon. Maybe we'll have some announcements and shit like that. And yeah, I can't wait to see where our seats are. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, cdiggy1. I'll be covering the entire weekend on my Instagram and the Patreon where y'all will get a little bit extra. Like y'all will know immediately who I saw. And like I said, I am looking forward to number 1 is Stacy. Number 2 is Angela. Number 3, I would say, is Bose. And number 4 is Bronwyn. That's who I want to meet. Anywho, yeah. So again, if y'all are excited for the content, I just wanted to, let y'all know. Follow me, cdiggy1, CDIGGI1 on Instagram, or follow me on Patreon too. All right, so that's it for the announcements. I can't wait till I get this review over with because I'm going to take me a nice little 3-hour nap, get myself together, and get ready for the evening. All right. No, I have not heard if Wendy is here or not. I don't know. So we open the episode. This is the final crossover episode of Salt Lake City and Below Deck. It's the next morning after another chaotic night, and half the ladies are on the deck doing yoga. Now, while they're doing yoga, Heather asked Brittany, like, like how she's doing from last night because, Meredith went off on her or whatever. Brittany says that she is tired of the pylon and there's a clear double standard when it comes to her. Rich the Fish, thank you for the super chat. Is Nene there? She said Bravo was courting her heavily. I have not heard anything about Nene. I will gag if she is there. I will gag. But again, follow my Instagram tonight because it's at 9 p.m. It's actually 9 p.m. Pacific time. So it don't start till midnight. But if you want to hear all the tea or if anything big comes, follow me then. Please do your Meredith impression. I will at some point, Max. But yeah, with Brittany talking about there's being a double standard in the pylon, what do y'all think about that? Because sometimes it's warranted, but in this episode, I actually sympathized with her, and I was like, they're doing too much. Like last season, Brittany put herself there in the hot seat. Like, why are you recording these ladies? Like, you just came in their space like that, and like, there's no reason for you to be recording them. Are you recording us? Ooh, you need to leave. I can't believe I had you in my home. Anyway, meanwhile, in Meredith's and Lisa room, we see them discussing Brittany. Meredith thinks she's disgusting and she's sick of her shit. It's also surprising a little bit that Lisa is egging Meredith on. Like they're calling her dumb, and I guess I don't know, they're not really familiar with the Wizard of Oz, but the character that didn't have a brain was the Scarecrow, not the Tin Man. Like, if anybody is the Tin Man, Lisa, it's you, the Tin Woman without a heart. But I could tell early on, like, how Lisa was treating Brittany, even last season, that she didn't give a shit about her at all, even though Brittany was sucking up to her because she's an OG. So Meredith is also mad at Whitney because she knew Brittany showed her the TikTok and Whitney didn't say anything to her. She thinks she basically perpetrated the rumor. So the next scene, we have Bronwyn teaming up with Meredith to throw Brittany's unicorn overboard. They decide to get into these, those silly inflatable costumes that Bronwyn brought. I thought this whole segment, lowest of keys, highest of keys, that it was kind of mean and a little creepy. It's mean because you're stealing this woman's property, no matter how you look at it. It's a personal item that's sentimental to her, and you're destroying it. And then I think it's creepy because Meredith is talking in this high voice. Hey, Uni, we're going to throw you over the ocean. As she's dressed in this inflatable, like, costume. It was giving really, like, weird vibes to me. Yes, mean girl behavior. Like I said, you can feel how you want to feel about Brittany. She annoys the fuck out of me. But, like, it was just not called for. Like, you had to take her stuff. Because let that happen to Meredith. Let Brittany take something of Meredith out of her room and throw it into the ocean. Come on now. Like, she wouldn't even short circuit. Her head would blow up. It would blow up. So I'm just like, Meredith, like, that you would have had a different reaction if Brittany did that to you. She probably would have got her kicked off the show, fired, and sued her ass. Anyway, now what was funny, a part of that about that scene, was how strong the gust was, and I wish they both flew overboard because that would have been some nice karma for their asses. But they successfully throw it off the boat, and that's the last we see of the doll. Or is it? If it were her daughter messing with her things, I wouldn't care, but that's not any of these ladies' place. If it was them, they wouldn't find it funny at all. I agree. It would have been baddies, Salt Lake Meredith would have attacked. It would have been Baddie Salt Lake, and Meredith would have attacked. Let's see. So fast forward to breakfast. Everything's cordial until like Meredith was on one this entire episode, so I couldn't even complain about Meredith. Side note, we got 100 people in the room. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, please and thank you. Things are cordial until Meredith turns the conversation to overcoming hatred, referring to Brittany next to her. Brittany tries to defend herself, but Meredith says she's done with her. Even just turns away from her as she's sitting right here, turns her back to her and says, she addresses her issue with Whitney now. She's saying, Whitney, you co-signed the TikTok rumor. Now, as they're going back and forth, like Meredith is being like super petty and flipping her hair in the back at Brittany. Now, again, if that was Meredith, would have been an issue. But I kind of understand what Brittany is saying. Like she's being like just kind of crossing the line at this point. Like, yeah, use your words, but now you're doing a lot, Meredith. Like a lot. So yeah, Brittany tries to interject and a back and forth starts. When she imitates Meredith flipping her hair and it gets on Meredith, she's like, if you touch me, what you gonna do, Meredith? Or what, Meredith? Or what? Or what? Like now, fingers are in faces, and before it goes left between the two of them, exactly, I don't know why they were with each other. I don't know, but they switch seats before it gets any more heated. So Meredith says she's done with Brittany as well as with anyone who supports her, which raises eyebrows at the table. Like, well, damn. Like, so just because you beefing with her, now if anybody else befriends her, you have a problem with them now too. Like, she's just doing the most right now. Heather thinks it's a bit much because worse was said by the other women in regards to Meredith. She has a point. Or towards each other. Like Angie and Meredith, they were cutting each other up like four episodes ago. But they can still sit at the same table. But all Brittany did was just talk about some TikTok. And now it's just like she's dead to you. Come on now. But yeah, let me see. So the line, it looks like it's drawn in the sand between Meredith and Brittany. And then now Bronwyn, she asks Mary, because Mary, she's just sitting there observing. Bronwyn tells Mary, come on, Mary, as a woman of God, like, can you say something? Mary is like, like, these women ain't listening to God. Like, she's not even going to try. So then nothing is resolved at breakfast. It's over now. The ladies start to pack since, they're about to leave the boat and head back home. Bronwyn mentions that she isn't flying with the other ladies and looking forward to peace on the way back home. Boy, did Bronwyn miss something. Like, I can only imagine if Bronwyn was on the plane. Now, fast forward to all the ladies. They're packed up now. They're saying their goodbyes to the captain and the crew. Heather tells them they were wonderful to them and apologizes on everyone's behalf for all the foolishness and fighting. She presents their tip from the cast, and I did wonder, how much was it? And I think we have to wait until we see the below deck perspective, which, by the way, can someone in the chat, if y'all enjoy Below Deck, when does it come on so I can watch it? Because I'm really curious what it looks like from the crew's perspective. Also, regarding the tip, Heather said on Watch What Happens Live that the tip didn't come from production. Like, it legit came from all the ladies. Like, they really appreciated it. Let me see. Where am I? So, as they're about to leave, Daisy stops them and hands Brittany her unicorn that was thrown overboard by Meredith and Bronwyn. Like, look, they actually look pissed when Brittany got back her unicorn. And I'm just wondering how? Like, how did they find it? Like, did they just immediately like get it out the water afterward? Did production alert the crew to tell them to go and get it because they didn't want to be liable? Like, it had to be some type of reason. I want to know. Oh yeah, it looked like they had about 10 grand in that envelope, which I wouldn't be surprised. So then Brittany receives the doll wet and finds out that it was in water, and she asks the ladies like who threw it over. Now after being interrogated, because Brahman and Meredith didn't just come out and say it, they finally copped to it. And then they're not saying it was a joke, but no one's laughing at all. Like if they never would have found the unicorn and it was just lost at sea, they wouldn't have said anything. So I don't think that was a joke meant for Brittany to laugh. Like it just came off really super mean spirited. And Brittany doesn't even chew them out. She just looks pissed or whatever. So then the next scene, we find out from the ladies' confessionals that on their way back home, Meredith's behavior was unhinged on the flight. Now, all we get is a dramatic reimagining, not a reenactment, a reimagining with the mood. It was a reimagining of the mood by production. Like we get like the picture of the airplane. We get stuff like fading to black and shit like that. But the ladies are giving us a play-by-play now. We're just going from confessional to confessional. Now, what had happened was apparently Meredith was not over what Brittany said about the TikTok and was taunting her throughout the entire flight, shaking her chair, yelling at her so everyone in first class could hear. Even Lisa joined in. Like they were egging her on to pull up the fucking TikTok. Pull it up. Like just bothering her to the point where it really disturbed some of the women how deep Meredith was going with it. Oh, y'all like my eyebrows? You know what? Dominican barber. That's all I got to say. Oh, thank you, Angel, for this. Angela, I'm sorry. Thank you, Angela, for the super chat. When Bronwyn walked up to that restaurant in that Galaxy ensemble with the purple accents, I lived. Yes, Bronwyn, come through. She does have some good style. Can't wait to meet her. So yeah. So now we hear Lisa and Meredith's account, and it's completely different and not nearly as horrible as the other ladies are describing. I'm just wondering, why would Heather, Angie, Whitney, and Mary all lie? Like, I don't get that. Like, I believe them. Let me know in the chat or in the comment section below if you're catching the replay. Who do you believe? Do you believe Meredith and Lisa how it went? Or do you believe the rest of the ladies? We hear when the flight was over that Brittany was a crying mess, inconsolable, kind of like when last season when she was hyperventilating when they all jumped on her for recording them. So here's a couple of points that I wanted to bring about with this issue. Number one, why was nobody recording this shit? Like, was production on a different flight? Like, why none of the other ladies or Brittany especially pulled out her phone? The one time you needed to pull out your damn phone, Brittany, and you didn't? What? Nobody on the flight pulled out their phones? Maybe because, first class they separated or whatever. But how do we not have any footage of this? Like, so now it really is, at the end of the day, she said. Thank you, Simply Red, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Number two, the way Meredith was described by the ladies, how come the flight crew didn't get involved? How come nobody intervened? Like, I'm pretty sure when you met, like when you cut up on a flight, like look, like Heather said, they'll zip tie your ass because you can't control yourself anymore, or you have TSA the air marshal waiting for your ass at the gate. That's what I'm wondering. Like, if it was so bad, that's the confusing part to me. So I think that's the only leverage that Meredith has. Like, she's like, well, I couldn't have been that bad. I didn't get escorted by the air marshal. So and number three, I believe that Meredith and Lisa are lying and benefiting that there is no footage of this, nothing filmed, and they know, like the two of them know, like they had to make a pact that, look, it's our against these other bitches. They can't prove it. So what? Like, what? They can't do anything. They won't know. They'll never know. They'll never know. Will they get no? Like, that's what I'm wondering. Chris, do you think she was under the influence of something? I mean, it is Meredith. It is Meredith. Why didn't we hear Angie's take? Because, like, I'm getting ahead of myself because Mary brought it up, but production gave us the seating arrangement. Like, Angie was in the front, and the rest of the other girls, like, they were like next to each other like this. Oh, thank you, Bianca Bent. Have fun at BravoCon. I definitely will. I'm so excited. So excited. And again, this is all because of y'all, and I do not take that for granted whatsoever. We're going to have a blast. I'm going to have fun. I'm not going to try to be viral. Like, I'm not going there trying to be viral. I'm trying to go there because, I want to give good content. Like, this is great. Like, this is just the experience of it all. And if I go viral, that'd be great too. But yeah. Why didn't we get Brittany's take? We did get Brittany's take when she was talking to Heather. We'll get to that though. So now, 2 days later pass, we're back in Salt Lake City. We see Mary at lunch with Bronwyn, telling her all what happened on the flight back. Mary is just shockingly on Brittany's side. Crazy, right? Next scene, we then see Whitney telling her husband about the incident and how Lisa's behavior was terrible too. Like, you fucked up. You fucked up. You owe Meredith an apology. You fucked up. Now, I can totally see Lisa saying this. Like, Whitney, I know Whitney is Whitney, but she didn't just pull that out of her ass. Thank you, Angela. I believe it was really bad because the husbands seemed to be unusually concerned if their wives were involved in it. Yeah. So then we see Lisa in the car with her husband giving her version of what happened while strategically eating Wendy's on camera. I was just like, girl, made sure the label was there too, as she was dipping the nuggets. I mean, girl, come on now. We get it. Wendy's is paying your ass. And I'm pretty sure, I hope Wendy's is outside with that food truck like they was at Bravo Fan Fest. Because don't nobody want that BravoCon overpriced food. Fucking $15, $16 sandwiches. Like, and not like, with the fancy bread with brioche. White bread. The type that when you bite into it, it sticks to the roof of your mouth. That type of bread. Fuck no. And these chips, like the little the $1.25 bag, $6. I'm not doing that. I will starve. And y'all, it's gonna be a hard Friday tomorrow because it is back to back to back. It's Ask Andy, the Potomac panel, the Beverly Hills panel. Like, it's back to back to back. So tomorrow, pray for me. I'm gonna have my Celsius on lock. Anyway, so her husband, Lisa's husband, asked her, like, what was your part in it? And of course, Lisa continues giving some alternative facts. So next scene we're with Heather meeting up with Brittany. Heather is very sympathetic of what happened to Brittany. Now, of course, I would say, I mean, it is still Brittany that we're talking about. She is really leaning into being the victim right now. Oh, it's like I got hit by a truck. I was traumatized. Okay, girl. Okay. I think she's benefiting, leaning into being the victim because most of the ladies are on her side for once. But part of me wonders, why didn't she stick up for herself? Like, why? Like, who is Lisa and Meredith? Now, look, if I was Brittany and these two people were coming at me, like harassing me on that flight, I would have channeled my inner white woman. Like, went Super Saiyan with the white, like the Super Saiyan version of a white woman. I would have started crying. I would have got flight crew involved. I would have probably tried to talk to the pilot. Like, I would have had the air marshal waiting for Meredith, waiting for her ass, and made sure she was on the no-fly list. I would have made sure of it. And then, you know what? Look, you trying to terrorize me, bitch. I'm taking your flight privileges and I'm taking your snowflake. That's all I'm saying. I'm that petty. So Brittany continues to give Heather a play-by-play of what actually happened. Heather says she woke up and saw both Lisa and Meredith tag teaming on Brittany. Brittany says she's really disappointed in Lisa because, as we saw in the beginning of the season, she really had her back. Excuse me, like a real sister. Thank you, Simply Reed. Y'all are so nice today, Simply Red. Have a good time at BravoCon, and you are my first super chat. Thank you. You and Alex are going to have a wonderful time. I hope so. Oh my God, y'all. Can I tell y'all a little secret? Oh my God. Should I say it? Don't tell Alex. Don't tell Alex. So, lean in. So Alice is expecting Wendy Osefo to be at the Potomac panel. Alex bought some fake costume jewelry and is going to be wearing this when he goes up there to the panel. I'm just like, oh my God. I'm gonna be way over here. But yeah, he's going to be faking like he has the stolen jewelry. He's bringing his own statement jewelry. Anyway, so messy, right? So messy. Anyway, let's see. Where was I? So Brittany says, she's really disappointed in Lisa, and she had her back. Oh, now Heather all of a sudden is vouching for Brittany that she had Lisa's back when she didn't say nothing in the beginning of the season. But yeah, we see Heather is now activated. Like, she is serious now. She is pissed. And she is prepared to stick her neck out for Brittany. Like, she's saying if they can't apologize, they don't deserve her friendship at all. So she's ready to go to bat for Brittany against Meredith and Lisa. And I'm a little excited about that because we haven't had Meredith versus Heather and Heather versus Lisa in a while. So I'm all for it. I did my impression already. You missed it. I'm going to do it again. Oh, hey, Mims. Are you going to BravoCon? Are you here? We need to go gamble if you are here. Wendy Mama going to call down the hellfire on Alex. Oh, boy. Look, I don't know what Alex has up his sleeve, but yeah, he definitely has the jewelry and he will be wearing it. Anyway, so next scene, we're with Whitney and Bronwyn meeting for lunch. Oh my God, I was looking at that scene. Whitney, that hair, Lord have mercy. Just a bozo Chucky the doll mess. Anyway, they immediately get to talking about the infamous flight. Now, do we think the ladies are putting a little bit of spice on it? I think they are, but I still feel like all of their accounts seem to match up with each other. I also think Whitney was really wrong in this scene to insinuate that Meredith was on pills and potions on the flight. Like I saw that insinuation. I mean, I'm not, it's not far fetched, but she messy for even just bringing that up. So then cut to Brahma's confessional, and she is all of us saying, like, I would have recorded it definitely if I was there. But she then changes the topic to some mess that's happening with Todd because allegedly he was caught looking at photos of women. I'm not sure what type of photos, but while he was flying. Now, don't you know when you're looking at inappropriate stuff, you got to turn like the light down and you got to curve it a little bit? Like, look, today someone was trying to sex me. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to look at it because, why not? But I'm not going to just be doing this, Look at me telling Chris's business. I'm sorry. Y'all didn't hear that. But yeah, she definitely felt some way about it. And she said she told Todd to spend the night at a hotel before he goes on his next trip. Now, here's where it gets interesting. She tells Whitney, look, if I knew about the women that he was looking at, it wouldn't have bothered me at all, suggesting that they may have some type of arrangement or she's open to one. I'm actually shocked she said this on camera, just knowing how her husband Todd is. You know what? I'm starting to believe all these people that Bronwyn came on this show to divorce that man. Like, it's starting to look clear as day. But yeah, she's telling Whitney this information because she feels like, they're just closer in age, and she would most likely be the person in the group to understand this sentiment. Now, if you go back and look at that scene, Whitney was gagged. Like, she had this look on her face, like she didn't expect her to divulge all this type of information on camera. I appreciated it. So Bronwyn goes into detail in the view she has of her marriage with Todd. And I actually think it was really progressive and honest. People do what works for them in relationships. She says that they don't have an agreement yet, but she'd be open to it. And I get it. Like, do what you want, but don't embarrass me. Look, if you want to get, a little sugar out the honey pot, go ahead, but don't embarrass me. Okay. And if that works for them, that works for them, So then, surprisingly, Whitney starts disclosing about her and Justin's marriage, and did y'all pick up on this? Kind of subtly imply that they're swingers. Did y'all pick up on that? I think I did. Some of the lifestyles that our friends have, I was like, oh, I saw that coming a mile away. And Whitney looks like she gets down. How Wendy Williams said, down, zipping and zooing it. She definitely looked like she'd be zipping and zooing it. Thank y'all. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you for the super chat. Kadada, Renee. Wish you guys were doing a meet and greet here in Vegas, but it sounds like you guys will have back-to-back meetups at BravoCon. Look, I think that I was talking to, Brooke Ashley. She'll get here tomorrow. I'm going to ask her, because she asked me, did we want to do a meet and greet with her? And I was like, yeah, for sure. We just need to find a place to do it. So yeah, again, if y'all want any type of update, follow me on my Instagram, cdiggy1, or patreon.com/cdiggy1. Anywho, Whitney also says that her and her husband have been together for nearly 20 years. So yeah, I mean, look, the gays, like you don't have to wait till 20 years, probably maybe 6 or 7 before we looking, at somebody else and being like, hey babe, you mind? You mind? Or you want to get on in on that too? Look, I don't know nothing about this because I'm single as fuck. But I have a lot of friends and a lot of married friends that they don't mind the dabble. And who cares at the end of the day? Like, well, let me continue because I have my point in here somewhere. I don't want to lose my spot. But Whitney says they've had moments where they've almost separated and they've been interested in other people, Now she does clarify that she doesn't have an open relationship, but if there's something that she's interested in, like Whitney was saying everything without saying it. She was just like, if I was interested in something, I'll discuss it with my partner and vice versa. And look, I just absolutely love this conversation because let's be honest, y'all. Like, this is what I want to talk about. Like, monogamy, in my opinion, don't come at me with a pitchfork, but it's not really that realistic these days, and not all marriages have to be monogamous. Like, if it works for that couple, that is fine. Now, I know the straights, they're a little late to the party, but I appreciate it when straights have this conversation because ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, you can always have your partner. This is your person. Like, you share a life with this person, but if you just want to have a little sex, get your dick wet or something like that, like, look, I'm the straights in the comments. Look, gay world, it is completely different. And I think that, the straights are just now seeing, what the gays get to experience, Exactly. Do what works for you and your partner. Let me thank y'all for the super chats right quick. Thank you. Y'all enjoy BravoCon. Thank you, Houston Foodie. Thank you, Jamie Tynan. Especially thank you. Thank you. And I hope we see you if you're in Vegas. Sending you lots of love for BravoCon. Thank you. Yes, to each its own. I totally agree. But yeah, like, I just appreciated their honesty because we don't get that type of disclosure. Like, this type of disclosure is what will give Whitney another season and get Meredith demoted or booted from the show. But yeah, if I had to guess who had the highest freak number in this group, it would definitely be Whitney, hands down. And she says proudly, like, look, if I have some fun, my husband knows about it already. Life is meant to be lived. I was like, okay, Whitney, we see each other. Look, was I the only one leaned into this conversation? I was I was just like, oh, they really going there. Like, I could not believe that they were talking about this. But yeah, Whitney even said, look, when my kids are out the house, I'm gonna do whatever I want. I was like, I know that's right. Anyway, so the next scene, we're with Angie having a one-on-one scene with her daughter. She is getting on her daughter's nerves in this scene. And I can kind of understand her daughter's frustration and why she's annoyed her mom's personality has become Grease. But on the other hand, Angie just wants her daughter to know her roots, which is understandable. But it just feels like her method of doing it for her daughter is not productive, and it's probably going to be like resentment on her daughter's end if she isn't careful. But yeah, next scene, Heather is meeting with Lisa for lunch. I thought this was going to be a short review, but I said I'm almost at the 40-minute mark. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I hate to do a long-ass review. Anyway, next scene, Heather is meeting Lisa for lunch. Production shows time passing by as she waits for Lisa. It's almost been an hour and a half. I would have been left. You're not about to disrespect my time like that. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. What makes it worse is, like, when Lisa shows up, she doesn't even apologize for being late. So they get into talking about the flight from hell. Heather immediately stands up for Brittany and tells Lisa that Brittany doesn't even want to be around her anymore. And Lisa's like, me? I'm like, yes, girl, you. Like, she's like, me? Like she didn't do nothing. Like, Lisa takes no accountability and even lies. Like, she's taken aback that Heather would dare question her. Thank you for the super chat, Lana J. Hope you and Alex have fun. Sending you lots of love. Appreciate you. So then, y'all, the gaslighting is real. Like, Heather is telling Lisa what she saw, and Lisa is just either denying it happened or just deflecting. Heather holds her to the fire, though, and tells her, you're not speaking to me like a friend, Lisa. Y'all, I wanted to jump through the TV in this conversation. Like, you know how crazy it is? You know how crazy it is to tell someone, like, who was there, what they actually saw? It's just like, no, you didn't see that. What are you talking about? I didn't do that. Like, y'all, Lisa must think she is Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, and how she's trying to change reality. I was just like, what is she doing right now? I was frustrated watching it. I get why Heather was mad. Like, you are gaslighting me right now. You're trying to tell me what I saw. You're just trying to create a different reality. The back and forth continues, and Lisa still takes no accountability, but wants Brittany to. So then, I think Lisa says, well, I'm done with this conversation. Heather has finally had enough of Lisa's shit. She says, you can fucking leave then. I was like, and then says, I waited an hour for you. I'm like, good for Heather. This is what I want to see. Not like the last episode where it was just like this witch hunt for her. Like, we clearly know that Lisa was in the wrong here. So I'm just glad that that Heather was holding her accountable. So now y'all know when Heather goes into her soliloquies, it's over for anyone who's on the other side of that. But unfortunately for Lisa, she'd still rather be a stubborn asshole. But now, next scene, we have Meredith meeting up with Mary for lunch. I love this scene, y'all. This was so good. This is the second best scene. So, Mary starts off by asking Meredith, like, how are you doing? And Meredith is already acting like nothing transpired. Mary basically says the anger that she saw in Meredith was concerning. And Meredith then asks, what is it that you think happened? Mary's like, I don't think anything that happened. I was there. So she's still trying to do the gaslighting tactic that Lisa tried to do with Heather. It's that scene all over again. Like, they really made a pact to fabricate what happened. I believe this. Because ain't no way that Mary is going to lie to help out Brittany of all people. I believe Mary. And remember when I asked y'all, like, who is the most trustworthy person on that cast? Because it's a difficult question. It really is. But I guess I would have to say Mary is the most trustworthy one. So yeah, Meredith gives her version of what happened, and Mary is correcting her as she goes. Like, I totally believe Mary in this situation. They're then talking about the length of time that Meredith was going at Brittany. Mary says it went on for a minute. And then Meredith says, well, it was about 15 minutes. Mary says with such concern, no, Meredith. No, Meredith. Like, she even whispered it. No, Meredith. She's like, it definitely happened longer than you remember, girl. So then we cut to Mary's confessional. She says, I was there in the flesh. I heard it with my own ears. I saw it with my own eyes. I was there. Oh my God. Like, I was there in the flesh, own eyes, own ears. And still, you have somebody trying to tell you what you saw and what you heard. Like it would drive me crazy. Like I probably wouldn't even be able to sit in front of Meredith. Anyway, um, Meredith continues trying to gaslight Mary. Look, whoever told you, Mary keep having to remind this woman that she was there. Meredith then tells Mary that she was across the plane. Now, y'all, this was what I love because I was talking y'all talking about that earlier. Production pulled out the seating chart. Go back and look at it. I wish I could pull it up right now for y'all, but I didn't screenshot it. But they show that it was Brittany by herself and somebody next to her. Right behind her was Lisa and Meredith. On the other side, it was Whitney and Mary. And then you had Heather right here, and then Angel like a few rows ahead of all of them. So, yeah, like, why are you trying to say that Mary was across the plane? And if she could still hear you, that means you were definitely making a scene, Meredith. Like they were all clearly in the vicinity to see and hear what was going on. So now Meredith is tapping into her lawyer mumbo jumbo deflection. I cannot speak to what you can hear or didn't hear. Mary then reminds her that Whitney, like, do you remember Whitney asking you to calm down because people were complaining? Meredith says if there was a disturbance, an error marshal would have been waiting for her to arrest her. Mary then tells her, I didn't come to debate with you. I didn't come here for this. Mary said it concerns her because I want you to remember what happened. Y'all, I was screaming on my flight rewatching this episode. It's so good. So afterwards, Mary truly tries to let Meredith know that she's coming from a genuine place and tells her it's important to just take accountability and move forward. Just move forward from it. Like, just own it. Own it. So cut to Meredith confessional, and she is really just downplaying her actions and what she did. She complained about Brittany loudly. Like, this is what actually happened. She complained about Brittany loudly, making sure that Brittany heard it. She shook her chair, spilled wine on the woman, antagonized her to show the TikTok, and verbally attacked her for a long amount of time. That's a lot, Meredith. Too much, Taquita. So then the credits are rolling. It looks like Meredith feels her actions were justified. And Mary says in her confessional that moving forward in this group and taking accountability is like hard if you're not going to do that. Like if you're not going to take accountability and move forward, like you're never going to grow or evolve. And yeah, that's where the episode ends. I gave it a 10 out of 10. This was a 10 out of 10 episode. This was really good. I really enjoyed it. We were then treated to the mid-season trailer, which was really good too. Like sometimes, we see the mid-season trailer and, it's like they shot their jizz too early with the first trailer. But no, like I'm interested to see how the season concludes. And yeah, y'all, after this, I'm about to, enjoy BravoCon. So my next video will be it'll be Monday because when you won't get a pop roast, unfortunately. And yeah, I'll be getting content and make sure that I recap with y'all again. Like the video too. I see we have over 200 people in the chat. But if you want to keep up with me and everything that's going on, it starts tonight, midnight Eastern. I'll be going to the first Watch What Happens Live. It's going to be celebrating 20 years of Housewives. So I think some big announcements are going to happen there. Really excited for that. So yeah, follow me on cdiggy1 on Instagram if you want to definitely know immediately what's happening, or follow me on patreon.com/cdiggy1 and follow Alex too, because he's been documenting ever since he woke up this morning. So yeah, I'm about to pop these contacts out, take me a little nap, and then get ready for the festivities. So with that, y'all, y'all definitely say look for Wendy. Y'all, if I see Wendy, y'all will be the first to know about it, okay? All right. So yeah. With that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man.